Storyteller Zoe. We hear the term gold standard thrown around a lot for professional certifications. But what does that really mean in 2025? When we talk about the project management professional, or PMP, certification, it's not just a line on a resume. It's a testament to a certain level of mastery, and the exam itself is constantly evolving.
It really is. The PMP today is not the same exam it was 5 or 10 years ago. It's adapting to how projects are actually run now, with a much heavier focus on agile and hybrid approaches. That's why it's so respected. It reflects the real world. Passing it shows you can handle the complexities of modern projects, not just recite a textbook.
Storyteller Zoe. I see. So it's about proving you can apply the knowledge, and that's what we want to dig into today. We're going to break down what it really takes to prepare for and pass the PMP exam in 2025.
Right? From understanding what makes it so tough to building a study plan that actually works.
Storyteller Zoe. Okay, so let's start with the structure. The PMP exam is a marathon, 180 questions in 230 minutes. That's, less than a minute and a half per question? And the content is split across 5 domains: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and finally, closing.
And what's interesting is how they score it. You don't get a percentage. Instead, you're rated on each of those domains as above target, target, or below target. The actual passing score isn't public.
Storyteller Zoe. That feels a little mysterious. It seems like the Project Management Institute is intentionally keeping the passing score under wraps. It makes you feel like you can't just aim for a 70% and scrape by.
Exactly. That's the whole point. By not giving you a clear number to aim for, they force you to master everything. You can't afford to be weak in, say, the planning domain, because it could pull your whole result down. It's designed to ensure that anyone who passes is genuinely competent across the entire project lifecycle, not just in their favorite parts.
Storyteller Zoe. That makes a lot of sense. It ensures a well-rounded professional. So, assuming someone is up for this challenge, how do they even get to the starting line? What are the eligibility requirements?
It comes down to a mix of education and hands-on experience. If you have a 4-year university degree, you need 36 months, that's 3 years of leading projects, plus 35 hours of formal project management education.
Storyteller Zoe. And for those without a degree?
The experience requirement goes up. You'd need 60 months or 5 years of project leadership experience, but the education part stays the same at 35 hours.
Storyteller Zoe. Okay, so once you've confirmed you're eligible and you've gone through the application on the PMI website, the real work starts. How do you even begin to tackle studying for something this massive?
You absolutely need a plan. A vague idea of I'll study a bit each week just won't cut it. We're talking about blocking out a consistent 10 to 15 hours every single week. You break down the official exam content outline into manageable chunks, maybe 1 topic per week, and you stick to it.
Storyteller Zoe. And what about resources? It feels like there are a million PMP books and courses out there.
The foundation is always the official PMBOK guide, the 7th edition now, but you can't stop there. Because the exam is so heavy on practical and agile questions, I always recommend pairing it with a guide like Rita Mulcahy's PMP Exam Prep, which is famous for its clear explanations. And definitely get the Agile Practice guide. Most importantly, you have to do practice tests. Lots of them.
Storyteller Zoe. Right, practice tests. I get that they test your knowledge, but why are they so critical for this specific exam?
Well, here's the thing. The mock exams do more than just test what you know. They train your exam-taking muscle. You learn the rhythm of the test. You start to recognize the patterns in scenario questions and spot the trick answers. It's about building the stamina to stay focused for nearly 4 hours and the confidence that you can handle the pressure. It transforms the exam from this big, scary unknown into a familiar process.
Storyteller Zoe. That's a great way to put it. It's as much about mental preparation as it is about knowledge. Which brings me to my next point, stress. Preparing for something this intense on top of a full-time job sounds incredibly stressful.
It is, and you have to manage it actively. Simple things can make a huge difference. 5 or 10 minutes of meditation a day, taking scheduled breaks so you don't burn out, and actually protecting your sleep. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours a night isn't a luxury. It's a core part of your study strategy.
Storyteller Zoe. And what about after you pass? Is it one and done, or is there more to it?
The journey definitely continues. Once you have the PMP certification, you need to earn 60 professional development units, or PDUs, every 3 years to keep it active. This can be through courses, reading, or even volunteering. It ensures you're staying current with the industry.
Storyteller Zoe. So it's a long-term commitment to professional growth, not just a one-time hurdle. That makes a lot of sense. To wrap this up, if you had to boil it all down for someone starting this journey today, what are the absolute must-knows?
First, remember the PMP is the global standard for a reason, and in 2025, that means mastering Agile and hybrid methods. Second, understand the exam is a marathon, 180 questions in 230 minutes, so pacing is everything. Third, build a real study plan with consistent hours and the right resources like the PMBOK and an Agile guide. And finally, and this is maybe the most important part, use mock exams relentlessly. They are your single best tool for building the confidence and skill to walk in on exam day ready to succeed.